Esta es la juventud del Papa Benedicto. World Youth Day 2011 had always been a turning point. It made me realize that our faith is really important, but how do I reveal it to others and satisfy their hunger for truth? The best one I can come up with now in really living my heaven is to be an exemplary person, because that's how people see us, through our bodies, the way we act, think, feel, and love. Our bodies have always been good, especially because they image God. Because He loves us as His children, He prepared the most beautiful and worthy place for us, paradise.
Made for Heaven is going out of our comfort zones to be the better version of ourselves. I can still remember my first college retreat. I was always trying so hard to be a good university student while maintaining good relationships with the people around me. But at the end of the day, I would always feel so unhappy and empty, like questioning why I'm doing all these things. But from that retreat, I came to realize that all the things we do now have a purpose. They are a guide to our real home, our home towards God. Because to be happy is to be in heaven with God. And as Saint Teresa of Lisieux said, the world is thy sheep and not thy home. This life here on earth is short and fleeting compared to what's in store for us with God in heaven.
I love watching movies and teleseries. It's a family pastime. But too much of it surfaced feelings of emptiness in me. And I realized that this was because I was not fully present in my own life. And at that point, I felt God calling me to be just like those movie characters who made time and fought for the things that mattered most in their lives. Doing good, doing what's good for me and makes me feel alive is a foretaste of heaven here on earth. And living out God's movie for my life opens my heart to the joy that only He can give.
When I was a child, I thought I already knew what a good life looks like. I told myself, Dr. Cindy Linjo, in a big house with my complete and happy family. I'm really studying hard to reach my goals, that doctor title. But then, the dark days came. My mom and dad got separated. I suddenly lost track, got really distracted. Then a good friend of mine invited me to a teacher's cafe where he sang songs praising God. That's when I heard him, the Lord, as if he's whispering through the waves, touching me through the breeze. So pagtingin ko sa sky, sa sea, they feel like they're limitless. Just like God's love. God loves us so much that He gave us a chance to see the glimpse of heaven here on earth. And there's so much more. He gave me a chance to see faith through a friend, that it made me want to have His presence in my life as well. Not just experience glimpse of heaven, but to be in heaven with Him. It is only God who can change the person and can satisfy the person. Whole college life ko, people pleaser ako. Na-realize ko, hindi pala mga mata ng tao sa paligid ko ang kailangan ko i-please. Mata lang niya pala, sapat na.
A famous theologian once said, there are two great days in a person's life. The day we are born and the day we discover why. When I was younger, I struggled with bipolar disorder and eating disorder. And I always felt as if I'm never satisfied. And after losing a very close friend who lived a God-centered life, I prayed so hard like it's the first time, telling him that I wanted to live that kind of fulfilling life. And that's why John chapter 4 verses 7 to 15 resonated with me so much. I felt like I was a Samaritan woman. God reminded me that I deserve more than all the good things in this world, that I am made out of love and for love, to love Him and to share in His glory for all eternity. And that is my true identity. Since then, everything I do in this life has become a preparation for my deepest and greatest desire, and that is to be with Him in heaven.
Too often in this world, we settle for the finite when we are made for the infinite. You and I are made by God for something greater. to be with Him forever, not just our souls, but our bodies too. When our bodies resurrect and reunite with our souls at the end of time, we will experience the fullness and truth of our humanity, of how God intended it to be. Perfect joy will then fill the God-shaped hole in our hearts because being with love Himself satisfies all longings.
Wala na tayong
Hahanapin pang iba.
So let's follow Him.
Here on earth with
Our hearts and our God.
let's
Live
Our
heaven.
Now.
that
that
will
will
mine
mine
forever.
forever.